You're falling, not falling down, falling into the one place in the universe where the laws of physics break, where time stops being time, where space folds in on itself like a piece of paper crumpled by an invisible hand. This is what happens inside a black hole. And no, you can't escape. For decades, scientists could only guess what happens beyond the event horizon, that point of no return where even light can't escape. But in recent years, NASA's simulations, Einstein's equations, and data from colliding black holes have given us a glimpse, not a pretty one, because what you're about to see isn't some Hollywood fantasy. This is what physicists, people who've spent their entire lives studying space-time, say would actually happen if you fell in. And trust me, it's stranger than any movie. Let's say you're in a spaceship. You've decided, for science, or maybe madness, to get close to a supermassive black hole, not the small ones. Those would kill you before you even got interesting data. No, this one is massive, billions of times heavier than our sun, the kind that sits at the center of galaxies, quietly devouring everything. From a distance, it doesn't even look like a hole. It looks like nothing, a perfect circle of absolute blackness, surrounded by a thin ring of light, the accretion disk. Superheated matter screaming around at nearly the speed of light, glowing white hot as it spirals to its doom. And you're headed straight for it. Here's the thing about event horizons that nobody tells you. You don't feel it when you cross. There's no wall, no barrier, no sudden jolt. One moment you're outside, the next you're not. But here's what is happening, and this is where it gets weird. Time, as you know it, is ending, not for you, for everyone else. See, from your perspective, you're falling normally, maybe a little stretched out, we'll get to that, but time feels fine. But to someone watching from outside, you appear to slow down. Your ship gets closer and closer and closer to the event horizon, but never quite crosses. You just freeze, redder and redder, dimmer and dimmer, until you fade into the blackness. Because from their perspective, it takes you infinite time to fall in. You, on the other hand, you've already crossed. You just don't know it yet. Now comes the fun part. Well, fun if you're a physicist, terrible if you're the one experiencing it. It's called spaghettification. And yes, that's the actual scientific term. Here's what's happening. Gravity isn't uniform. The force pulling your feet, if you're falling feet first, is stronger than the force pulling your head. At first, it's subtle, a gentle stretch, uncomfortable like a yoga pose held too long. But as you fall deeper, that difference grows exponentially. Your body begins to elongate, bones stretch, cells pulled apart atom by atom. And here's the truly horrifying part. You'd be conscious for some of it. Not long, a few seconds maybe, but long enough to feel your body betray every law of biology it was built on. For a supermassive black hole, like the one you chose, you might actually survive crossing the event horizon intact. The tidal forces are weaker because the black hole is so large. You'd have a few minutes, maybe even an hour, to see what no human has ever seen. So what do you see? Behind you, if you could look back, the universe is shrinking. The entire cosmos compressing into a smaller and smaller circle of light above you. But you can't look back, because light behind you, it's trying to escape too, and it can't catch up. Ahead of you though, ahead is where things get strange. The inside of a black hole isn't empty darkness, it's bright. Every photon that ever fell in, billions of years of light from dying stars, ancient galaxies, cosmic radiation. It's all still here, trapped, orbiting the singularity in a chaotic, blinding shell. You'd see light that's been falling for eons, red shifted, blue shifted, stretched and compressed into patterns that don't make sense. And the stars, the ones you can still see from outside, they'd form a ring around you. Because gravity is so strong, it's bending their light into circles. Multiple images of the same star layered on top of each other like a cosmic kaleidoscope. It's the most beautiful thing you'll ever see, and the last. Because now you're running out of time, not metaphorically, literally. Inside a black hole, the roles of time and space swap. Outside, you can move through space however you want, left, right, forward, back. But time only goes one direction, forward. Inside, it's reversed. You can move through time however you want. But space only goes one direction, inward, toward the singularity. You can't stop. You can't turn around. You can't slow down. It's not a choice. It's not physics as you understand it. It's just inevitable. And what's waiting at the center? The singularity, a point of infinite density where all the mass of the black hole is compressed into a space smaller than an atom. What happens there, honestly, we don't know. Einstein's equations break down. Quantum mechanics breaks down. The math just stops working. Some scientists think it's a doorway to another universe. Others think time and space become so twisted, they lose all meaning. Maybe it's both, maybe it's neither. But here's what we do know. Once you reach it, you're not you anymore. You're not matter, you're not energy, you're just information, encoded on the event horizon, a ghost of what you once were. And that information, it stays there, forever. There's a paradox here that's haunted physicists for decades. Stephen Hawking said black holes destroy information, that everything that falls in is lost forever. But quantum mechanics says information can't be destroyed, ever. So which is it? We still don't know. Maybe information escapes through Hawking radiation, the faint glow of particles that black holes emit as they slowly evaporate over trillions of years. Maybe it's encrypted in the event horizon itself, holographically encoded like a cosmic hard drive. Or maybe the universe has a rule we haven't discovered yet. Because that's the thing about black holes. They're not just objects, they're puzzles, written in the language of gravity, space-time, and entropy. And every time we think we've solved one, they ask another question. Right now, there's a supermassive black hole at the center of our galaxy. It's called Sagittarius, a star. 4 million times the mass of the sun. And it's just sitting there, waiting. We orbit around it, like planets around a star. Our entire solar system, our entire history, birth, death, civilization, art, love, all of it happening in the shadow of something we can't escape. Not that we'd want to, because as terrifying as black holes are, they're also creation engines. They shape galaxies. They forge elements. They might even be the reason we exist at all. So the next time you look up at the night sky, remember, somewhere out there, beyond the stars, is a place where the universe folds in on itself, where time stops, where everything ends and begins again. This is Filter Abyss. If you want to explore more of the cosmos, the beautiful, the terrifying, the unknowable, subscribe, because we're just getting started. And next time, we're going even deeper.